Alright, so everybody should know that you do configure terminal to get into the config mode. There is no password from enable to config. Once you're in enable, you're an administrator, you can do whatever you want. So we've done host name. We enabled the banner for the console, but it didn't show up earlier. Well, that's because you didn't configure one. So what would be the command to do a banner? So let's type BA and press question. Oh, look, there's a banner command. NER, question. Alright, so let's do MOTD question. Line, so it says C banner dash text C, where C is a delimiting character. Alright, so what does that mean? Well, if you want to create a multi-line message that's going to display on the screen, then we have to use something called a delimiter, which is a character. Any character. So if I want to use a plus sign, well, it doesn't let you do that. Let's try a dash. So if I want to use a dash, until it sees another dash, anything that I type is going to display on the screen as the message. So you can see I can press enter. I'm still in the message, but over here it says, hey, enter another dash to kill the message. So if I do a whole line of asterisks, that's going to display on the screen. So I can do another asterisk. This is the message for ITC users. Use by other non-ITC What? It died? Oh, what happened here? We were typing and it ended. So what do y'all think the message is going to look like? So I'm going to give it a couple seconds, let you think about it. And just so you know, that message has been built in. So I'm going to do exit. And I'm going to do exit. And so when I press enter, that message is displayed. So my bet is it starts the asterisk, it's got an asterisk, and then it starts that message. But as soon as it saw a new dash, because that was the delimiting character, it said, hey, the message is done. Why are you still typing? So it killed it. So let's do capital C ISCO. Enable and class. Let's go back to configure your terminal. So to correct the message, you would do banner, MOTD, your delimiter. Make sure you're not putting any of the characters in there. So you can see I keep typing, message gets bigger, and then when I get done, if you send a dash, it ends the message. So now the whole complete section right here is what they're going to see anytime you throw a banner. So the banner can be done by be used or displayed to console access or SSH or telnet access. So y'all saw when we did line console 0 and I did question, there was an MOT-banner. When you type that, that enables it. If I do no MOTD banner, so no negates things, so no either starts or runs something or disables something. In this case, if I do no MOTD banner, shuts it off, and we go into the console prompt, we're not going to see it. The MOTD-banner is actually going to enable it. Now, if we want to set up SSH so people can remote in, we actually got to put an IP address. On a normal situation like a router or PC, we assign those IP addresses to network interface cards. Switch is a little different. It's got a lot of ports that are used to allow devices to connect up to the network. It doesn't have network interconnect cards. It has something called switch ports. So ports are members of something called VLANs. A VLAN is a virtual LAN, and the only one that you need to know about is VLAN 1, because that's the default VLAN that all switch ports are part of. So we want to set up an IP address so we can connect to the switch from a PC or something using a terminal application like SSH. We've got to do a interface VLAN 1, which again, all ports are tied to. So if you're plugged into any port and you know this IP address, you can ping this switch. And then we assign IP address with IP address, the number. So I'm going to make up a scheme like 1.20. The next switch would be 21, 22. So you come up with some kind of scheme so you can keep things in a pattern. 255, 255, 255, 0. Press enter. And you can see that that IP addresses are now assigned to the switch. And then I do no shutdown to enable things like VLANs and switch ports. You can see it comes up. Another thing that they want you to do on switches is they want you to close or shut down any unused port. So right now, minus the two interfaces, all of them are unused. So to do that, you would do an interface range, and then I'm going to let you do question. What? Oh, it was already an interface. Got to do exit. So interface range question, you can see, okay, we got fast Ethernet and gigabit. So we're going to do fast, and then what do we want? It wants numbers. So everything starts with a 0, and then it's going to want a slash, and then it says 0 through 24. I thought it was actually 1 through 24, so we're going to do a 1-24. So that's going to get all of the fast Ethernet interfaces. And just so you know, if you do question, you can see that you can do a period. You can actually do a comma, I believe. So if I do a comma, it's looking for more, right? So if I do a space, now I can do gigabit. What's it looking for? 0 slash 1-2 maybe. Let's press enter and see what happens. So supposedly it's got all of our interfaces, 2 gigabits and the 24 fast Ethernets. So you can run a command called shutdown that turns all of them off. So no shut enables an interface, shut turns it all off. And then what we would do is do a no shut. That's that first port, which again brings the VLAN back online. So 0, 1, and 2 had our two PCs and laptops connected up on Ethernet. So no shut brings the interface up. So what we're going to see now is that all of our interfaces are off. We've got our banners set. So I'm going to walk you through some more things. So I'm going to do an exit. And I'm going to do an exit. And now we're going to do an exit. And so you can see if I press enter now that we get our full console message before we get the password prompt. Again, Cisco with capital C. And then we can do enable with a capital class. If I type it right, and boom, we're back in the switch.